Hello there. So, whatever happened to Tanya Burr? In case you weren't aware, Tanya Burr is a British beauty blogger. She started a YouTube channel in 2009. It's got 3.45 million subscribers, but in recent years she's kind of disappeared off the radar. So in this video I'm going to talk about what's happened to Tanya Burr and why. So yes, Tanya Burr, she was married to Jim Chapman, who is also a YouTube celebrity, and his channel sort of died off as well. Maybe I'll do another video on that. And Jim is actually sister of the Pixie Woo sisters. They're a couple of sisters who've made beauty videos for years now, and they're still extremely successful. When Tanya started her channel, it was clear that she was possibly influenced ever so slightly by the Pixie Woo sisters, having called her channel Pixie 2 Woo. Not that imaginative, but anyway, Tanya started off as the sort of girl next door YouTuber doing sort of makeup videos. So I think she's got some early videos where she puts makeup on Jim and actually makes him look like Edward Cullen from the Twilight series. But yeah, it was mainly to do with beauty and makeup tutorials. And then Tanya branched out a little bit and became a sort of professional beauty artist, doing the makeup of minor celebrities, and she would film them and obviously make her look really good, give her some credibility. And then not long after that, probably just a few years ago, Tanya Burr ended up kind of transitioning from beauty blogger to just professional YouTuber, whatever that means. Essentially it means not having a job, doesn't it? But yeah, so she stopped doing that altogether, and it was quite interesting actually, because when she stopped doing it, it wasn't like she said, oh yeah, I'm not doing the makeup anymore, I'm beyond that. She just kind of, she's got a bit of a habit of just not doing it anymore and then not mentioning it and pretending that it never actually happened. So yeah, she stopped the makeup and then became a YouTube celebrity. And it was quite successful. She had some product lines in Superdrug here in the UK, I think an advent calendar and lots of makeup and stuff. She had several books that sold very well on topics that she arguably probably didn't know much about, you know, sort of portraying herself as a cooking or baking expert, when if you'd ever watched any of her baking videos, which I have, not because I'm obsessed with her, although it probably sounds like I am, but because my girlfriend likes her channel, you know, she's not really very good at baking, but still, she released some cooking books with some errors in, and things were looking extremely good for her. And in fact, if you look on her YouTube channel at her videos, you know, she was getting hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views per video, and occasionally, if Joe Sugg or Zoe Sugg ever featured in a video, she'd get, you know, couple of million views. And from my experience of having had one big viral video, a couple of million views is, you know, it depends on the topic of the video, because advertising varies. You know, she's making probably £4,000 at least, £4,000 at least from a video with 2.5 million views. So it was extremely successful. But kind of more recently, looking at Tanya's channel, she hasn't uploaded a video for 5 months. Essentially, she has given up on YouTube. And in fact, you look at the last kind of year, and they're all a bit half-assed, the videos. You know, trying some clothes on, what I'm eating, a bit of clickbait as well, my LA house tour, which essentially is just because she stayed in a house in LA. And what really shows that her channel has kind of died, if you look at her social blade, yeah, okay, she's got 3.4 million subscribers, and if you look at the graphs on social blade, you can see there have been periods where she's deleted great big chunks of views. So she's just basically deleted some videos, and I'm not sure why, whether they're videos featuring people that she didn't want up anymore, or topics that she didn't want on there anymore. But I mean, here she's deleted 60 million views worth of videos, and I make that about, you know, I could be tens of thousands out here, so it's not the actual figure, but I would estimate £120,000 worth of views here on YouTube. If we look back at 2017 here, you can see that, you know, she's getting a kind of peak of 1.3 million views a week. So that's like 5 million views a month, to now where she's getting 30,000 views a week, and losing a few thousand subscribers a week as well. Her channel has just collapsed. So why is this? So the main thing is that Tanya has buggered off to Instagram, and this is something that a lot of YouTubers have done, and let's talk about it a little bit. I think they've done it because they feel like YouTube isn't looking after them, and indeed it does seem as if YouTube's support for the big and certainly the small YouTubers is waning slightly. They're kind of focusing on the big channels like, Disney, because they can't sort of vet them as much, and they can't be sure that they're not going to upload inappropriate material that's going to get them, in the news for all the wrong reasons. So, yeah, I think she probably feels as if YouTube doesn't look after her, and indeed I've heard Sprinkle of Glitter, who's another British YouTuber, say that. But I don't think that's the whole story, actually. I think another reason people bugger off to Instagram, actually, is because it's lazy, isn't it? Well, you don't have to think of an idea, film, and edit the video, upload it, and do all this. You just take a picture, put some tags on. That's a little bit of an oversimplification, I think, of the Instagram process, but certainly, if you had to do an Instagram post or a video, I think I know which one would take more time to do. So her channel has kind of slowed down and now stopped altogether. And, why is that? Well, to some extent, Tanya has been doing YouTube for 10 years, and if you do anything for 10 years, it's going to get a little bit boring and repetitive, isn't it? So there is the possibility that she's kind of unfortunately decided that she's bored with YouTube, but also she's not as successful as she was on YouTube, and this is a little bit of a chicken and egg situation here. So her videos aren't doing well, so she doesn't upload videos, so her fan base gets smaller, so her videos don't do as well. So it's a kind of spiral to nothing, really. Now, another reason is that Tanya is concentrating on her acting. She kind of attracted a bit of criticism, really, for coming out, that's the wrong phrase, but coming out as an actor, because she hadn't expressed any interest in acting previously, and she's kind of tried to paint this backstory that actually she's always been interested in acting, and it was always where she was going to end up, when in reality it looks like she's had some acting lessons, and she maybe thought that because she's a famous YouTube celebrity, she can just jump into a really good role in a film or something. To some extent, that's been a little bit true, because she's friends with the Freuds, actually, and I can't remember the Freuds' daughter's name, but she was involved in some projects, and Tanya got involved in those. So it's a kind of old boys or young women's network, if you like. So she's concentrated on her acting, and back to what I said a little bit earlier, she's kind of decided that she's an actor now, or an actress, and that YouTube never really happened, and never really was part of her life. It was never meant to be a main part of her life, and now it isn't part of her life. And this is exemplified kind of no more than looking at her website, which now, as far as I can see, doesn't even actually mention YouTube at all. And whenever you see a biography of Tanya now, the first job that it will say on there, assigned to Tanya, is actress. So it'll say actress, beauty, whatever, but never YouTuber, which seems a little bit kind of silly, really. Maybe it's this whole fake it till you make it thing. So, if I don't mention YouTuber and I say I'm an actress, then I will be an actress. I've seen Tanya in a play, and I made a review about it, which was fairly successful, and she's all right, but she's by no means, and that's being kind, some people are kind of horrible about her acting, but she's by no means an Oscar-winning actress, and she's essentially peeing in the wind if she thinks that she's going to end up a famous actress. But if she can support herself financially, which she may well be able to do on Instagram, I've got no idea, so she'll give it a go. Now, I made another video, actually, on the breakup of her marriage with other YouTuber, Jim Chapman. So they were married for quite some time. They'd certainly been going out since, I think, Tanya was 16. And recently, they seemed to amicably split up. never a kind of nice time for anyone. Even an amicable split is going to be, pretty hard work if you think about it. They've spent so much time together, so invested in each other. They lived in a multi-million-pound house in London together. So to split up is a big deal. And Tanya got into YouTube because of Jim's sisters, because of Jim. Maybe it's got too many sore memories for her, and she decided that actually she just wanted a fresh break, to do something completely different. I mean, it's clear that, Tanya's direction is changing in general anyway. She's lost a lot of weight recently, and, I'm not sort of commenting on the reasons for that, but it's clear that she's changed. She's turned a corner in some way. She's a lot slimmer. She's changed her hair colour, she no longer does YouTube, and she's single. So the question is, did Tanya really have an alternative here? Is it the fact that her channel was dying that forced her to do these other things, or is it the fact that she's kind of diluted her attention by concentrating on the acting and not concentrating on her videos so much that's led to her YouTube demise? Well, I'm not 100% sure. I think if I had to guess, I think that she's lost interest in YouTube because she's been doing it for so long, and I think she's got aspirations beyond YouTube, to put it politely, and the result is that her YouTube channel has suffered. Although, she's still got that kind of core personality. She's not the same as she was when she was 16, but I think that if she started making YouTube videos again and put a bit of effort into it, I think she would probably get her audience back. There have been kind of several examples of British YouTubers rebranding or coming back, like Sprinkler Glitter. It's quite impressive, actually, because there's one thing becoming successful the first time round, and then there's another thing actually reinventing yourself and staying fresh and continuing your success. So if she ever does decide to come back to YouTube, I think she could probably make a go of it. And I think, depending on how her acting career goes, she'll probably end up having to do it. Anyway, do you agree with me that her channel has kind of collapsed and the reasons for it? What do you think is the reason Tanya has given up on YouTube? Let me know down below. Ask me a question if you want, and I will get back to you. Thank you to my Patreons who are on the screen now. I thought I would make... there aren't many of you, are there? But thank you anyway. I'm going to make more of an effort to actually feature my Patreons at the end of my videos now. So thanks very much. Do subscribe if you enjoy my videos, and I shall see you next time for another one.